Hello learners. Today we are starting with a new chapter, income streams and tax saving schemes. First we will talk about income streams. Retirement के बाद मेरे लिए एक basic income क्या होगा? My pension. So first let us see what are the types of pension. The first one is Public Provident Fund. This scheme aims to mobilize small savings by offering investment with a reasonable return. Okay, this is for salaried people and also for self-employed people. The minimum deposit amount is 500 and maximum is 1.5 lakh per month. And the interest earned through this scheme is fully tax exempted. Currently it is 8.70%. And the annual contribution qualifies for tax rebate under section 80C. Okay, the next scheme which we can see is the Employees Provident Fund. When I'm talking about Employees Provident Fund, it is nothing but where an employee and the employer contributes towards the pension scheme for an employee. 12% of the basic salary is contributed by both employer and employee. Okay, and this EPF is again administered by an organization, EPFO, that is Employee Provident Fund Organization. This organization is developed by government, and current EPF interest rate is nothing but around 8.55% per annum. Okay, so this was another scheme. The next one is General Provident Fund. This scheme is only for government employees, not for private companies. Okay, so what happened in this scheme is the member of the fund, if an employee wants to become a member of the fund, then he or she have to contribute certain percentage from his salary, okay, from his salary, and give it to the government. At the time of retirement, government will give that money to the employee. Okay, again वो employee पे depend करता है कि उसको monthly basis पे return चाहिए या पूरा amount एक साथ चाहिए. The next one is EPS, Employee Pension Scheme. This is for the survivors, the old age group, or the disabled person. Okay, EPFO manages to pay monthly pension to these people. This is done for social security benefit. Like अगर एक husband है, वो उसकी death हो जाती है, तो उसके wife को pension मिलता है, ठीक है? All this come under EPS, that is Employee Pension Scheme. And the pension amount is here in this scheme depends upon the number of years of service an employee have worked with. Okay, not on the contribution and employment. बाकी सब में क्या होता है, जितना आप contribute करते हो, उस हिसाब से आपको pension मिलता है. ये स्कीम में आप कितने साल काम कर रहे हो एंड द लास्ट ड्रॉन सैलरी डिपेंड्स, ठीक है, ये दोनों चीज पे डिपेंड करता है कि आपको पेंशन कितना मिलेगा. ओके, सो द नेक्स्ट स्कीम इज म्यूचुअल फंड पेंशन प्लान. अगेन दिस इज हाइब्रिड इन नेचर. इन दिस scheme the several investor comes together, they pool their money, यानी सब लोग अपना पैसा विलिंगली देते हैं. वो पूरा मनी एक पूल किया जाता है, मतलब इकट्ठा किया जाता है, एंड दैट मनी इज बीइंग इन्वेस्टेड इन इक्विटी और डेट. ठीक है, इन्वेस्टर्स जो है वो चाहते हैं कि वो पैसा एक साथ मिलाए और इक्विटी या डेट पे वो पैसा इन्वेस्ट किया जाए. And the withdrawal of fund is discounted before the person retire, and the standard age of retirement is 58 years. Okay, so this was mutual fund pension plan. There is also a similar plan to this, that is ULIP pension scheme, unit linked pension scheme, where the investor individually come to the fund managers and they ask कि मेरा पैसा जो है वो आप इक्विटीज या स्टॉक मार्केट में कहीं पे भी कोई भी इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स में इन्वेस्ट करो, एंड टू गेट रिटर्न्स फ्रॉम इट एट द टाइम when they retire. Okay, so that interest as well as the principal amount सब जाता है, इकट्ठा होता है, और रिटायरमेंट के टाइम पे वो लोग को वो पैसा मिलता है. Okay, so these were the pension scheme which we saw. Now let us see various type of tax saving schemes. The Indian income tax provides us certain deductions which can be claimed at the time of filing the returns. Let us see what are those schemes. The first one is PPF, that is Public Provident Fund. Okay, just now we saw कि PPF क्या होता है. So I'll move further. That is the next point is pension fund. Pension fund जैसा इंश्योरेंस में एक फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटी मिलती है. इफ आई टॉक अबाउट लाइफ इंश्योरेंस, आपके डेथ के बाद आपकी फैमिली फाइनेंशियली सिक्योर्ड रहेगी. ठीक है, इंश्योरेंस की बात कर रही हूँ. अब अगर मैं पेंशन फंड की बात करूं तो ये एक प्रोटेक्शन प्लान है. इट इज अ प्रोटेक्शन प्लान वेयर इट सेज आफ्टर योर रिटायरमेंट एन इंडिविजुअल और हिज फैमिली विल बी फाइनेंशियली सिक्योर्ड, एंड इफ an individual invests his money in this pension fund, then he or she is eligible for tax deduction up to rupees 1.5 lakh. Maximum limit is 1.5 lakh. The next scheme is health insurance or mediclaim. Okay, health insurance और mediclaim आज के डेट में बहुत ज्यादा कॉमन है. ऑलमोस्ट सबके पास वो चीज होता है कि एक मेडिक्लेम करके रखते हैं कि अगर एक्सीडेंट की वजह से मैं इंजर्ड होती हूँ तो उसका पैसा इंश्योरेंस कंपनी देगा. इसमें भी आपको टैक्स बेनिफिट मिलता है. कैसे? द प्रीमियम यू पे, ओके, द अमाउंट विच यू पे एज योर प्रीमियम, यू गेट टैक्स बेनिफिट ऑन दैट प्रीमियम. हाउ? फॉर सीनियर सिटीजन इट इज 20,000. ओके, अगर एक सीनियर सिटीजन अपना प्रीमियम भरता है तो 20,000 तक का वो फुल्ली टैक्स एग्जेम्प्टेड है. उसके बाद का अगर अमाउंट रहेगा तो उस पर टैक्स लगेगा. सो प्रीमियम for senior citizen which is exempted is for rupees 20,000 and for others it is 15,000. The next one is new pension scheme. We have learned about PFRDA, Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. PFRDA came up with this new pension scheme for the individual of age group 18 to 60 years. This is a very cost effective scheme as the fund management charges are very low in this scheme. And the contribution made to NPS also gives you a tax benefit. How? It gives a tax deduction of maximum of rupees 1.5 lakh. The next scheme is tax saving mutual funds. When I'm talking about mutual funds, it means the investors are investing their money in stock market. Obviously, stock market में पैसा invest कर रहे हैं, यानी this scheme is suitable for those investors who are of medium high risk appetite. ठीक है, जो रिस्क लेने में भी उनको चलेगा, मीडियम हाई रिस्क टाइप. अगेन, इन्वेस्टमेंट इन दिस स्कीम्स आर लॉकरिंग फॉर 3 years and these investors also get tax benefit under section 80C. The next scheme is life insurance. आज के डेट में लाइफ इंश्योरेंस ऑलमोस्ट सबके पास होता है. इसमें भी आपको टैक्स बेनिफिट मिलता है. अंडर सेक्शन 80C दिस प्रीमियम इज ऑल्सो कवर्ड, यानी जो प्रीमियम आप भरते हो उसमें आपको टैक्स डिडक्शन मिलता है अंडर सेक्शन 80C. बट मेक श्योर वन थिंग, if the policy is surrendered or terminated within 5 years, then you won't get any tax deduction. आपको पूरे अमाउंट पे फिर टैक्स पे करना पड़ेगा. Okay, and the proceeds on death or maturity are tax free under section 10D. The next one is tax saving on home loan. Again, जब home loan की बात आती है, वो amount को we will divide in two parts. First, the repayment of the principal amount and repayment of the interest on principal amount. जब मैं repayment of principal की बात करती हूँ, you get tax benefit under section 80C, यानी 1.5 लाख तक का आपको exemption मिलता है. And when I'm talking about repayment of interest, there also you get a tax benefit under section 24. Okay, वो बोलता है कि जितना भी आप इंटरेस्ट भरते हो उस पे आपको 1.5 लाख का exemption या deductions मिलता है. Okay, not exemption, deduction मिलता है. The next one is infrastructure bonds. Okay, infrastructure bonds कौन इशू करता है? Infrastructure companies. The infrastructure companies are approved by government who issue bonds and offer decent ROI, that is rate of interest. a decent rate of interest and also tax benefits to the investors. Investment up to 20,000 is eligible for deduction under section 80 CCF. The next is Senior Citizen Savings Scheme. This scheme is obviously the name itself says it is about senior citizen. An individual who has attained 55 years or more but less than 60 years can come under this scheme, can go for this scheme. Again, ये सिर्फ उसी को मिलता है, the person who is retired under voluntary retirement scheme. Okay, and the maximum amount that can be invested in the scheme is 15%, and the rate of interest which he gets is 9.2% per annum. There is no age limit for personnel of defense. Again, वो अगर बाकी जो conditions है वो fulfill करता है तो. So these were the few schemes which we saw, few tax saving schemes. Now we will talk about tax planning for salaried employees. यानी वो एम्प्लॉइज जो सैलरी के बेसिस पे काम करते हैं, उनके लिए टैक्स प्लानिंग कैसे हो सकता है. द फर्स्ट वन इज हाउस रेंट अलाउंस, दैट इज HRA. HRA is nothing but an amount given by the employer to his employee for renting a house for his stay. Okay. Exemption of HRA is minimum of these three: actual amount received, rent paid less 10% salary, 40% of the salary. HRA also helps to save tax under section 80GG. The next one is leave travel allowance. Leave travel allowance, it says कि आप 4 साल में 2 बार अपने फैमिली के साथ या एक इंडिविजुअल हॉलीडे पे जा सकता है, घूमने जा सकता है, ट्रैवल कर सकता है. उसका जो एक्सपेंसेस होगा वो कौन देगा? कंपनी. दैट इज लीव ट्रैवल अलाउंस. LTA amount is tax free. Okay, it is fully tax free under section 10(5), but it is limited to the actual travel cost. जितना खर्चा हुआ है उतना ही कंपनी देगा, ऊपर का नहीं देगा. The next one is conveyance allowance. Conveyance allowance is again a traveling expense which is bared by the employer. वो अपने एम्प्लॉय को पैसा देता है कंपनी तक आने के लिए, या कंपनी के काम से कभी बाहर गया तो उसका जो ट्रैवलिंग एक्सपेंस होगा, दैट इज कन्वेयंस अलाउंस. ओके. कन्वेयंस अलाउंस इज आल्सो exempted to the extent of 1600 per month, and either 1600 per month, or if I'm talking about per annum, then it is 19,200 per annum under section 10H. The next one is children education allowance. You might have heard कि कंपनी एम्प्लॉयज के बच्चों के एजुकेशन के लिए पैसा देती है. This is the same thing. Fixed education allowance is exempted from tax to the extent of 100 rupees per month, but it is for maximum 2 children. And if the employee's child is in hostel, then the extent is extended to rupees 300 per month. Again, it is maximum for 2 children. The next one is salary restructuring. This says your salary can be restructured in such a way so that you can avail the maximum tax benefits. For example, you can opt for food coupons rather than lunch allowance, so that tax exemption can be done up to 36,000 per annum. Yeah. Or I can say I can restructure my salary in such a way that it includes various allowances, so that I can be beneficial by taking many deductions. Yes. The next one is tax saving on home loan. We have done this. The amount has been divided into 2 parts: repayment of principal, which we get in which we get benefit under section 80C, and repayment of interest. Again we get benefit here, tax benefit under section 24, जिसमें 1.5 लाख तक का exemption है maximum. So these were the few schemes, or I can say few tax planning methods which a salaried employee can go for. So in this chapter we saw about tax planning and many income streams after retirement. So hope you all understood this, and if you have any doubt then please let us know. Thank you.